Salut Ethan et bienvenue au corps pour aujourd'hui. Alors, right guys, we have a big lesson today. This is an absolutely a crucial lesson for you because we're doing three things today that are all 100% not just going to come up on your exam, but they're going to be a big part of almost every exam, particularly the writing and the speaking. So today we're looking at weather, we're looking at activities, and we're looking at the future tense. Now, did you know that a quarter of your writing exam is the future tense? It's going to ask you about a future tense activity. So using the future tense and using activities is going to be absolutely crucial. It's also going to be approximately a quarter of your speaking exam. So 25% of the exam is here. The language you learn today will be able to use not just if you get tested on module 4, but module 1, module 2, module 4, like for almost every module you can include this language. So it's absolutely crucial what we're doing today. So you'll need to watch this lesson again. You'll need to really master it. Now, the weather and activities is a way to develop that more detail to get the very top marks as well. So, it's just so important. This is what we're going to do today. After this lesson, or after the series of lessons we're looking at, you'll be really confident to be able to talk about what activities you do in town, in your free time, and use weather as well. You should also be really confident with the future tense. So all of that is what we're going to do today. Big time. Let's get started. Alors, vous savez ce qu'il faut faire, s'il vous plaît, copiez les dates pour moi et copiez le titre du genre. Sur le contrôle de post-it, on a déjà vu le futur. We've already seen the future. Let's test you on it. See what you can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See if you can translate those into French or English. Put me on pause as you go for it. On y va. Alors, on commence mes petits. Right, guys, so if you've restarted me, you've done the post-it note test, and you're all ready to start a lesson. I have to apologize for any background noise. My neighbors are having a party during social distancing, so they're noisy today, but in a few weeks they might all be dead from corona, so that'll serve them right. Right, guys, so let's make a start. Alors donc, let's start with your control de post-it. This is what it's all about. So, first one, I'm going to go, c'est je vais aller. I am going to go. This is one type of future tense that you know and you can use. There's another type that we're looking at today. So this one means I'm going to go. So you take aller, je vais, and then your infinitive. Je vais aller, je vais faire, je vais voir, je vais écouter, je vais manger, anything you want. The next one's more complicated. I will go is j'irai. Now you looked at this in year 9 with me. This is what it's all about. This is the future tense we're revising today. That will be c'était as it was. C'est as it is. It will be is. Ce sera. Voilà. Numéro 4. Tomorrow is demain. And then I've got two weather phrases. One's in the present tense. The other one's in the future tense. Il y a du soleil is how you say it is sunny. Il y aura du soleil means it will be sunny. Now this is what we're revising today. So if you didn't get any of these, you were rubbish on your post-it note test, don't worry. After today, you'll be much stronger on it. So our objective for today is to talk about what activities you're going to do in the future tense in your town using weather. 3 absolutely crucial things to look at. Let's test you on what you know so far. Alors mes petits, donc ici, j'ai tout le vocabulaire. Et c'est un mélange. Mélange veut dire mix en anglais. C'est un mélange des phrases au futur et au présent aussi. Il faut trouver la paire entre les mots en français dans la boîte bleue et les mots en anglais dans la boîte orange. Trouver la paire entre les deux, c'est difficile aujourd'hui. Donc 6, c'est très bien aujourd'hui. 8 ou plus, ce sera fantastique. Et 11, formidable aujourd'hui. Donc, vous avez 2 minutes. Put me on pause for the 2 minutes. If you finish early or well before your 2-minute timer goes off, do have a go at our extra challenge. You'll need to use the words in blue to help you out. Alors, bon courage mes petits. Vous avez 2 minutes. Restart me when you want the answers. On y va. Alors mes petits, right guys, if you've restarted me, you're ready for the answers. How well did you do on this? I told you it was tougher, but the weather is something crucial that comes up all the time. And if you can use it, it's going to make such a difference to talk about your plans to give that detail. So let's go for it today. Demain matin, demain soir. We know demain is tomorrow. Matin is morning. Soir, c'est evening. Donc, c'est I et C. Demain matin, demain soir. Numéro 3. Il y aura du vent et il y a du vent. C'est quoi la différence? Il y aura, c'est au futur. Et il y a, c'est au présent. And then this is our weather. Vent. Think of an air vent which blows out air. Vent is how you say wind. Donc, c'est H Il y aura du vent is it will be windy. Il y a du vent means it is windy. Alors, numéro 5, il pleuvra et il pleut. C'est la même chose, hein? C'est futur et présent. 5, c'est au futur. It will rain. Il pleut, c'est comment dire it is raining. Or yeah, it's raining en anglais, c'est A. Numéro 7 et numéro 8, ce sont très similaires. Aussi, numéro 9 aussi. Donc, on a donc, je vais aller, donc j'irai et donc on ira. Alors donc, c'est quoi la différence entre 7 et 8? They're both in the future tense, but they're just different types. The first one is I am going to go. Donc c'est j'ai, donc je vais y aller. Et numéro 8, donc j'irai. This is how you say so I will go. Now, numéro 9, we're using on, which remember means one, which is very, very posh. But it's not posh in French. It's how to say I or we. So donc on ira is so we will go or we shall go. Alors, numéro 10 et numéro 11, il fera chaud, il fera froid. Now, to help you remember this, I've got a cautionary tale about when I used to live in France. So, I used to live in France, right? And you used to use the taps to get a drink or in the bathroom or whatever. Now, this is one thing where, like, you probably don't even notice this, but on English taps, there's a H for hot and a C for cold. So, when you turn the taps on, like, you probably know which one's which in your house, but when you turn the tap on, C is the cold tap, right? So when I was in France, and this used to happen so often, I'd be making like a glass of squash, so I put like my squash or Ribena or whatever in my glass, turn on the cold tap, the tap with C on it, and then I go to drink. Disgusting. The water's warm. Why? Because in French, chaud veut dire hot, donc c'est B, et froid, c'est comment dire cold. So the hot tap has a C on it in France. So I thought that was the cold tap, or like I just naturally put C as cold and turned it on, and I'd always get hot or like warm water out. So make a drink and I'd always have a warm drink. Horrible. So be careful with that, guys. This C stands for chaud, for hot, and then the cold tap in French has an F on it for froid. Donc il fera chaud is it will be hot. Il fera froid is it will be cold. Right. Excellent effort. If you got 6 or more on that, and I'm incredibly impressed, yeah? And next bit then, tomorrow morning it will be raining, so I will go to the cinemas. This is so tough. This is what you should have. Demain matin, il pleuvra, donc j'irai au cinéma. That'd be ideal, guys. Fantastic effort. Leave that as fantastic effort if you've got that today. So, this is a bit of our weather vocabulary, and we've looked a tiny bit of the future. What we're going to do now is test you that bit more. Alors maintenant, tu peux utiliser l'activité qu'on vient de faire si tu veux pour vous aider. Cette fois, c'est les phrases coupées. Donc ici, j'ai les débuts des phrases. Et ici, dans la boîte orange, j'ai les fins des phrases. Il faut trouver la paire entre le début et la fin. Donc, il y a 1, 2, 3 possibilités. J'ai utilisé le couleur jaune pour vous aider. Alors donc, numéro 1, demain, il y aura du soleil donc. Donc, ça veut dire en anglais, tomorrow, it will be sunny, therefore. Alors, il y a 1, 2, 3 possibilités. So, it will be sunny. J'irai au musée car je n'ai pas de parapluie. U. J'irai à la plage pour me bronzer. U. Matin. Alors, donc, celui-ci, non. C'est une question. Donc, il y a 2 possibilités. If it's sunny, which of these am I more likely to go to and what activity am I most likely to do? Donc, trouvez la paire entre les deux. Après avoir fait ça, vous avez la chasse au trésor ici. Cherchez dans les questions pour les mots ici. Cherchez pour le vocabulaire dans le texte. Guys, I want 6 overall. That's for both activities combined, yeah? 10 or more would be brilliant. I think, je pense que 14 c'est le maximum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Oui, 14 c'est le maximum aujourd'hui. Alors donc, bon courage mes petits chauffeurs. Vous avez quoi 5 minutes pour faire ça. Put a 5-minute minuteur on your phone and then restart after 5 minutes. I'll go through the answers. Bon courage mes petits. Allez, on y va. Alors mes petits, right guys, if you've restarted me, you're ready for the answers. How'd you get on? I think this is really, really tough today, so don't worry if you've really struggled with this. That's fine, guys. We've not taught you any of this yet. I just want to, You just learn more when you've looked at something more and tried to work it out yourself. So don't worry if you've done terribly. After this lesson, you'll find this so easy. Right, guys, let's go for it. The first one then, I told you, is between A and B. Demain, il y aura du soleil donc. So tomorrow, it will be sunny. Therefore, B is the right one. J'irai à la plage pour me bronzer, qui veut dire en anglais, I will go to the beach to sunbathe. You could say I will go to museums, but particularly with my pale skin, or if you're Miss Maguire, she wouldn't go to the beach, bless her, she'd be like a lobster, they'd capture her. Donc voilà, ici, c'est B, j'irai à la plage pour me bronzer, c'est la réponse idéale. Donc, quel temps fera-t-il demain matin? Voilà, c'est F. This is a question. It says, what will the weather be like tomorrow morning? So this is how to say what will the weather be like. Quel temps fera-t-il? Alors, numéro 3, l'après-midi, il pleuvra donc, qui veut dire en anglais, in the afternoon, it will rain, therefore, celui-ci, c'est d'accord avec A. J'irai au musée car je n'ai pas de parapluie. So, this afternoon, it will rain, therefore, I will go to the museum because this word here, parapluie, is how you say an umbrella in French. So para means like floating or above. It comes from the Latin. If you think like a parachute or a paraglider, para means like in the air. Pluie is another way of saying the rain. Voilà. So first 3 down. If you got these 3, you've done really well. Numéro 4, c'est plus difficile. Il dit, le lendemain, il sera orageux et il y aura. Alors, I'm going to have to break this up a bit to help you out. So, demain is tomorrow. Le lendemain is the next day. Yeah, so if you didn't know that, write that down, record that. Le lendemain is the next day. Il sera orageux. This is how you say it will be stormy. Il y a de l'orage. An orage is a storm, which I always thought was beautiful because it's got this word rage in it. And if you think the weather's raging, orageux means it's stormy. All right, so if you knew that, well done. If you didn't, let's work it out now. Next day it will be rainy. It will be stormy, and there will be, what's there going to be if it is stormy? C'est beaucoup de vent. It will be lots of winds for the storm. All right, if you got that, you've done really well. This is tough today. Numéro 5. Alors, car la météo sera affreuse, So this is another way of saying donc. Alors means well or so then. So then, as the weather will be awful, il y a 2 possibilités qui restent. Je serai variable et peut-être il y aura de pluie. U, je resterai à l'hôtel et je regarderai la télé. This is the one. So it says, so then, as the weather will be awful, I will stay at the hotel and I will watch TV. Et donc finalement, numéro 6, on ne fera pas un barbecue car le temps sera variable et peut-être il y aura de la pluie. Right, guys, a lovely one this. So, one will or we will not do a barbecue because this is another way of saying the weather. Le temps, the times, the weathers. The weather will be variable and peut-être and perhaps there will be some rain. So there you go, guys. This is definitely the hardest phrase QP activity we've ever done. A really good effort. If you've got like half, you've done really well. The chasse au trésor was a bit easier finding this vocab, so hopefully you picked up some marks on this. Tomorrow is demain, therefore is donc, or you could also say alors. It's another way of saying it. It means like well or so then. I say it all the time in lessons. Alors, ce qu'on va faire maintenant. Voilà. Alors, le troisième, what will the weather be like is quel temps fera-t-il? This is in the future. What weather will it make? Voilà. Alors, the weather will be awful. La météo sera affreuse. So these are the 2 ways to say the weather. You can either say le temps or la météo. Alors, we will not do on ne fera pas. You can also change that using the new form. Think about it. What does this change to? And then it will be changeable. Le temps sera variable. So if something is variable, it is changeable because it can vary. In order to tan myself, now this looks like a very strange sentence in English, right? But this is how you say it in French. So, pour me bronzer. Pour means like for or in order to. So I will go to the beach in order to tan myself. What? That is literally how you say it in French. That is like a normal way to speak. Et finalement, I've talked about this, an umbrella is a parapluie. Right, guys, 6 overall for both tasks. I'll be happy with that today because this is incredibly tough. Give yourself a mark at how many you've got. 6. Be happy with 6. Any more, I think, is an absolute bonus. We have looked at a bit of the vocab and I've touched on the grammar. We're going to talk about this grammar must know now. Alors mes petits, so what we're going to do now is look at the future tense because it is so important. This is part of your homework this week. I've got like an extra challenge homework as well, which I'll explain later. So what I want you to do is you have done the future before. You did it with year 9 with me when we talked about jobs. Can you remember anything about it? So pause me now, see if you can answer these 4 questions. If you can, brilliant. Still watch the next part of the video. If you can't, don't worry. We're going to go through this now. Put me on pause, see how many you can answer. Bon courage, mes petits. Alors, mes petits, right, guys, let's work through these questions now. I'm going to talk about the future. Alors, mes petits, so what we're looking at today is a different type of future tense. You already know one where you say je vais and then you put your infinitive. So aller plus infinitive equals future tense. Simple. Je vais faire, tu vas faire, il va faire, nous allons faire, vous allez faire, ils vont faire. Easy. There's another one that we're using now. That first future tense is absolutely fine. You'll get 4 to 5 with that. But to get the top marks, to get above a 5, you'll need to show that you can use this future tense that we're talking about now. You looked at it at year 9. You're probably a bit young for it in year 9, but some of you did really well on it. We're going to revise it now. So this future tense translates to what you will do or what you shall do. They mean the same thing in English. So I will go, I will play, it will rain. This is the one you need to do. So there's 2 steps to it. First off, you take the infinitive of the verb. What's an infinitive? What do infinitives always end in? So infinitive is the full form of the verb and it always ends in ER, IR or RE. So keep the ER, IR or RE on. You take the infinitive of the verb. The only exception is if it's an RE verb, you've got to lose this E just because it'd be 2 vowels touching. So take the infinitive. Usually we tell you to chop off the ER, IR, RE. Do not do that. Don't chop anything off. You keep the ER, IR, RE on, and then you need to put the word will on the bottom. Now, if you look in a dictionary, there's no word for will in it. Why is that? Because the word will doesn't exist in French. What it is a verb ending that you stick on the end. Now, what do verb endings do when we talk about other people? They ch-ch-ch, exactly, they ch-ch-ch change, and this is how to say will in French. So every one of these endings, they all mean will, they just change, and you need to put this at the end of this. So I will eat, you need to say je, and then you say your infinitive, manger, keep the ER on the end, and then you tag on that AI on the end, and that changes it to I will eat. I will play, je jouerai. We will play, nous jouerons. All you need to do is take your pronoun, take the infinitive, and then add these endings on the end. Simple. The only thing is if it ends in ER, take off that E because all of these start with a vowel and you can't have 2 vowels touching. So simple. One more time. You take your pronoun, je, tu, il, elle. You say the infinitive, don't change it, and then you tag on the right ending. All of these mean will, and our verb ch-ch-ch changes. So let's put you to the test. I'll do the first one to show you how simple this tense is. Then it's down to you. So I will eat. The word for I is je. The verb to eat is manger. I keep it. I don't change it. And then I add the word right will on the end. So for je, that is AI. Je mangerai. I will eat. Simple. Put me on pause. See if you can do 2, 3, and 4. Alors, let's see what we've got. So we will eat. You need to take we, which is nous. Our verb to eat is manger. Don't change it. And then the word for will changes. The pattern shows if it's nous, it changes to ONS. So nous mangerons. Voilà, simple. That's how to say we will eat. I will drink. So now we're using this verb boire. So we can't have 2 vowels touching. I need to get rid of that E. I is je. Boire, and then the ending is AI. Je boirai is I will drink. And then finally, she will drink. Same thing. She is elle. The verb to drink is boire. Get rid of that E just because of the vowel, and then the A is the ending. Elle boira. Simple. That's all you need to do, guys. So you just need to learn these endings off by heart, and you're away. I know them off by heart. It's so simple. I'll show you. Voila, 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 voila. Right. So you need to know these off by heart as well as I do. Voila. AI, AS, AA, ONS, EZ, ONT, ONT. Simple. Those are the words for will, and all I have to do is tag them to the end. So hopefully you've got that. I feel I'm talking very fast today. If you haven't, just rewind the video and watch the slide again. Let's put you to the test a bit more. Alors mes petits, so you need to know that in the future tense, all of the weather sayings are irregular. So there's no way around it. You just have to learn these weather sayings off by heart in the future tense. So the first two, il pleuvra, it will rain. Il neigera, it will snow. Simple. Over here then, this is where it gets tougher. So French weather is weird in the way they say it. So instead of like what we say, it is sunny, it is cloudy, in French they say it will have or it will be. So il y a is like there is. You'll say there will be or there will have, and then you say your weather. So you just need to learn these off by heart. Il y aura du soleil, il y aura du tonnerre, il y aura des éclairs. All of these are our different weather ones. And to talk about temperature, you say it will make. So remember, faire is the verb to do and to make. Il fera is it will make. And then you literally say, it will make cold tomorrow, or it will make hot tomorrow, or it will make cool tomorrow. You need to learn all of these. And then this is a nice one. The weather will be, and then you've got brumeau for misty. Orageux is stormy. Ensoleillé is another way of saying sunny. Nuageux is cloudy, and then variable. So these are ones you just need to learn off by heart. Year 10, part of your daily test. Alors mes petits, so that is what you need to know. This is all on your daily test homework. I'm going to talk about how to practice it and go into a bit more detail later. But for now, put me on pause, see if you can answer these 4 questions for me. Alors, so this is what you need to know, the stem for the future tense. So when we talk about stem, we say what part of the verb it is. It's the infinitive. You take the full form of the verb ending in er, ir, re. You don't change it. Then the word for will, there isn't one. What do we do for it? It's positioned at the end and it changes for the person doing the verb. So you need to know our endings and stick them to the end of the verb. So you need to know all the endings off by heart, but just for today, the ending for je is AI. So you stick that AI on the end of the verb. Je jouerai, je mangerai, j'irai. And then the ending for il, elle, on is just an A. It goes AI, ASA, ONS, EZ, ONT. You need to use these today. For irregular verbs then, the stem changes, but we'll talk about this another time. That's all you need to know. Alors mes petits, here's some extra challenge for you. Instead of using that future tense, here's some future tense alternatives you can use with the infinitive. So, il fera chaud demain. It will be hot tomorrow. Donc, j'espère aller à la plage. J'aimerais aller à la plage. J'ai l'intention d'aller à la plage. The examiner loves synonyms, variation in your work, and this is a very simple way to get a very top mark. Mix it up with your future tenses. Finally, for your extra challenge, I've only talked a bit about the future because I don't want to go into too much detail for today's lesson because we could have like 5-10 lessons on this in itself. It's a massive part. If you're going for a grade 7 or above, this is something you need to master. So to help you out, there is a video made for my year 12s that you guys are definitely good enough to go for. So instead of doing the homework I set at the end of the lesson, you might want to watch this video and do the activities off that video instead. That is completely down to you. The good thing about lockdown is you control your own learning, and like if you're sensible, you can learn a lot more this way. So I'll put that in the description. Watch that video and go for it. That could be a good thing to do. Alors mes petits, donc you've listened really well to all that tough grammar. We have some more vocabulary to learn today. This is all on your sheet. I want you nice and loud. You've got to learn this. Obviously, warn your parents what's going on, otherwise they think you've lost your mind in lockdown shouting out random French words. Okay guys, donc maintenant, il faut écouter moi, il faut répéter après. Alors, donc, this big thing here says, voici means like here is. It's like, voilà, here are my projects or my plans for the holidays. Donc, voici Voici mes projets pour les vacances. Pour les vacances. Voici mes projets pour les vacances. Voici mes projets pour les vacances. Apparemment, demain, le lendemain, le week-end, il fera chaud. Il fera chaud. Now, my A-level teacher, Natasha, taught me this. Whenever you've got something long to say, just split it up in French to make it sound more authentic. Donc, this one I'd say les températeurs, températeur, températeur, les températeurs, les températeurs, les températeurs seront on us, on us, on us, les températeurs seront en hausse. Les températures seront en hausse. Le ciel sera bleu. Le ciel sera bleu. So le ciel is how you say the sky. It's also how you say heaven as well, guys. But I am not getting into there. Donc, le ciel sera bleu. Le ciel sera bleu. Le temps sera ensoleillé. Le temps sera ensoleillé. Donc, on ira pique-niquer. Pique-niquer. On ira pique-niquer. On ira à la plage. On ira à la plage. On ira à la plage. On ira à la piscine en plein air. À la piscine en plein air. Alright, so all these are regular verbs. This is what aller changes to ir. So one will go and have a picnic, one will go to the beach, one will go to the outdoor swimming pool. Look at that. It looks ace. Alors donc, on continue. This comes from faire. On fera une randonnée. On fera une randonnée. On fera un barbecue. On fera un barbecue. On ira au lac. On ira au lac. So this one here, in France, they've got amazing, massive lakes. Like I went to one on holiday once in a place called Annecy, and like lakes are a great place to go because they've got like beaches around them. You can swim in the lake. It's such a good place to go. So in France, loads of people go to lake holidays. Alright, we've looked at where to go in good weather. Now, let's say what we're going to do in bad weather. Alors, voici mes projets pour les vacances. Voici mes projets pour les vacances. Apparemment, demain, le lendemain, le week-end, il y aura du tonnerre, du tonnerre, de la grêle, de la grêle, de la pluie, des averses, des éclairs, le temps sera brumeux, nuageux, orageux, variable. Voilà, donc on ira au cinéma On ira au cinéma. On restera chez moi. Chez moi. On restera chez moi. On visitera les musées. Les musées. On visitera l'aquarium. On regardera les films. Les films. On fera des magasins. On fera des magasins. On fera de la lèche-vitrine. De la lèche-vitrine. On jouera à des jeux vidéo. Now, this activity here, I think we talked about this before. It's how you say window shopping in French, but literally, liche from lécher is to lick, and then a vitrine is a shop window. So in French, when you say do window shopping, you say you're going to lick the shop windows. Gross, but that's what it means, window shopping. So window shopping is when you go shopping, but you kind of like buy anything, so you're just looking at stuff you want. Alors mes petits, vous savez ce qu'il faut faire. Donc, vous avez vu tout le vocabulaire. Maintenant, on va jouer sable mouvant. Donc ici, vous avez 13 mots. Il faut dire anglais, français rapidement parce que les mots vont disparaître. Right, let me show you how it's done. So a Lido is like an outdoor swimming pool, like Tooting Lido. Alors donc, we will go to the Lido. On ira à la piscine en plein air. We will go walking. On fera une randonnée. We will go to the lake. On ira au lac. The sky will be blue. Le ciel sera bleu. It will be sunny. Le temps sera ensoleillé. That's how it's done, guys. Put me on pause. Prepare yourselves. When you're ready, restart the video and I'll count you down to start you. On y va. Alors mes petits, if you've restarted me, you're ready for this. The words are going to disappear. You know how this works. 3, 2, 1, allez. Alors, first column's almost gone. Soyez rapides mes petits. And second column's halfway there. Soyez rapides, allez. Et environ 10 secondes, je crois. Et 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Et c'est fini tout le monde. Alors, bon effort. Je vais essayer de faire ça plus compliqué. Et voilà, right guys, so second round, you know how this works. Cette fois, il faut faire exactement la même chose, mais il faut compléter la phrase. Put me on pause as you prepare yourselves. When you're ready, restart me, I'll count you down and they'll start to disappear. Courage mes petits. Alors, right guys, if you've restarted me already, let's go. 3, 2, allez. Alright, trick start, be quick. First column's almost gone, year 10. Soyez rapides mes petits. Alors, second column's gone. Alors donc, 10 secondes, moins 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, c'est fini. Impossible that. If you got to the end, I don't believe you would have got to the end. That is really tough. Right, guys, we've looked at the vocab. What we're going to do now is play another game to put it together. Alors, la bombe. On a déjà joué la bombe dans la salle de classe. Mais comment jouer à la maison? Alors, c'est très différent. I'm going to have to explain this in English because otherwise you're never going to be able to do this. So, the bomb in class, you know what happens. Some pictures will come up. You make a sentence, you get a point for your team, and then you pass it to the other team. And if the bomb explodes, they lose the points. But today, you're on your own. Donc, comment jouer? So, I've got a timer here. And I'm going to put 10 seconds on the bomb. I've already started it, it's counting down. Then I'm going to put some images up and I'm going to put, a weather up and I'm going to put an activity up. So when we start, you'll get one of these and one of these. Now, some of them are on their own, like here, le température sera tonneuse or le ciel sera bleu. Others are below this. So, il y aura de la grêle. Il y aura des averses. Le temps sera brumeux. So these will just be one. You'll need to say the right weather, which you can use your sheet for to help. All of this you can use your vocab. and then you need to say what activity you're going to do. So, for example, if this came up, I'd say le ciel sera bleu, donc, and then say this picture comes up, on fera une pique-nique, and I've done it. I've got 10 seconds to say it. So I'm going to put myself to the test on the next. Voilà, so the time's ticking down. So 10 seconds is going down. I'd say demain, les températures seront en hausse, donc on fera une pique-nique, and I've done it. Voila, and there you can hear the bomb exploding. So because I said it before the bomb went off, what I need to do at my house is just keep a little score of how well I'm doing. So I keep a score of how well I'm doing. So I'd put here, I put Ennis, there we go, and then year 10. So that'd be 1-0 to me because I managed to say it before the timer went off. If the timer went off and I hadn't finished it, I'd have to give a point to the other team. So that's what we're going to do. Let's try again. Voila, so this time you will need to say tomorrow the sky will be blue, therefore I'm going to go to the outdoor swimming pool. I'm going to start the timer on 10 seconds. You've got 10 seconds to say that. Use your vocab to help you. 3, 2, 1, allez! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voila, right guys, did you say the sentence in time? If you did, give yourself a point. If you didn't, give the bomb a point, and then start again. Second image, 10 seconds to say this one. 3, 2, 1, allez! 3, 2, 1. It's fini, right? If you said that in time, give yourself a point. If you didn't, the bomb gets the point. Next images are up. All right, so you just have to say one of them and what you're gonna do. 3, 2, 1, allez! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voila. Right, guys, tough one. If you said that in time, give yourself the point. If not, the bomb wins the point. Let's pick it up a bit. Voila. All right, 10 seconds. Allez! 3, 2, 1. Voilà, right, so that one was il y aura de la pluie, donc on ira au musée. If you got that, give yourself the point. Next one is up. You've got 2 weathers this time to say. The time's already started. Go for it. Allez! 3, 2, 1. No way did you get to the end of that one. Give the bomb a point. And then the next one. All right, easier. 10 seconds. Allez! 3, 2, 1. Voila. Right, another tough one. Remember, you can use your vocab. Let's do a few more. All right, 2 weathers this time. So you need to say there will be hail and rain. So one shall go to the cinemas. 10 seconds to say that. Use your vocab, Ellie. 3, 2, 1. Voila. Right, guys, let's do one more fun. Let's not do one more because it's all over. Right, hopefully you enjoyed the bomb. Hopefully that worked and it wasn't absolute shambles. So guys, so far you've worked really well on this. It's been really tough today, this lesson. So what we need to do, right, pause me now, see if you can answer these 5 questions. Alors, right, let's go through the answers. So the stem for the future tense is, for regular verbs, it's the infinitive ending in ER, IR, RE. The word will is positioned at the end and it changes for the person doing it. So you need to know for today, you'll need to know them all, but for today you need to know je. The word for will is AI, stick that on the end of the verb. And for il, elle, on is an A, stick that on the end of the verb. For regular verbs, the stem changes. You don't take the infinitive, you have a different stem. To learn them, do the extra challenge homework. Right, I think you've been brilliant today. We're going to finish with a little test. Alors, and here it is, guys. So this is what I want you to do. Obviously, this is another speaking test that you're going to have to do on your own. So we've played le mot bien en classe et normalement, vous avez un partenaire. Mais aujourd'hui, il n'y a pas de partenaire. Tu es toute seule. Donc, encore une fois, Tu es contre le montre. Right, so rather than me timing down and my alarm going off, you'll need to do this on your own phone. I hope your Nokia can handle this. Right, so this is what you need to do, right? Alors donc, put a 10-second timer on your phone. You can use your vocab to help you. Et c'est comme ce qu'on fait en classe. Vous avez 10 secondes, il faut choisir un carré et commencer le minuteur et vous avez 10 secondes pour traduire l'anglais en français. So the tip we do in class is use your vocab and get in your mind what you want to say first, then start the clock and see what you can do. You've got these noughts and crosses on your sheet, by the way, so I prepare myself, then when you're ready, start your timer and go for it. So I'm going to go for this top left square. Let's say I've looked at my vocabulary and I'm ready. 10 seconds on my clock. So started my timer. Demain, il y aura du soleil, donc on fera une pique-nique. Right, done it with 3 seconds to spare there. So I win this square. If I didn't say it before, stop. If I didn't say it before that timer, that would have won it. All right, so top square. Then it's my go again. My phone can't play, obviously. I'm going to go for bottom right. Those of you in the know, you know what I'm doing. All right, let's do it. 10 seconds has started. Le lendemain, il pleuvoit apparemment. On restera chez moi. Right, that one was tough. And I've done it in time. I win this square. All right, so 2 out of 2. I just need to win this square to win. Might as well finish it off. 10 seconds on my timer. I'll look at my vocab, make sure I'm ready before I start it. Ants. Demain, il pleuvra. On ira au musée. Oh, I'm getting good. There's 5 seconds left on my timer there. I've won that square and I've beaten the clock, guys. First one down. What I want you to do is put me on pause and do exactly the same thing. You've got this on your sheets. There's 3 activities to do. So play the first game, put me on pause, then restart me when you're ready for the next game. Hello, right guys, here's the next game. I've made it a bit tougher. I've just lengthened the boxes that you can see highlighted, so I've put a bit more detail. Same thing again, take 10 seconds to prepare yourself and then see if you can do for this. Put me on pause now, see if you can do our second round beating your clock. Hello, right guys, so we'll make this the legend round. Legends only. So Kezia, you can't do this activity, just skip the video one. The rest of you have a little go at this. We've made it a lot longer this time. I've said because, whoops, and you need to justify it. So the next day the sky will be blue and it will be sunny. We will go to the beach because I want to tan. Je veux bronzer. Simple. Keep it short. You've only got 10 seconds. You don't have to do Legends difficulty. If you're a loser like Kezia, you can skip this one, guys. Hello, right guys, a phenomenal effort today. I think like this is such a hard lesson to do over the video and you've done really well. So I'm going to talk about your homework now. Just before we end, see if you can answer these 4 questions. Put me on pause now. Alright, if you've restarted me, you know this. So the stem for the future tense is the infinitive for most regular verbs. Do not get rid of the ER, IR for RE, just take the E off. And then there is no word for will. It's our verb ending and it changes for the person doing it. You need to know how that verb, the word will changes. For je, it's AI. You stick that on the end of a verb to make it in the future. For il, elle, on, it's an A. For irregular verbs, you don't take the infinitive. There's a different stem you've got to learn. Do the extra challenge homework to get onto that, which I'll talk about now.